The plan is to build a chart like this one and teach you 10 charting tips along the way. So let's start. So here I have my data and I want to insert my chart. So I'm going to select it and then I'm going to go here to insert a chart. The first tip is do not use 3D charts. If you see 3D charts will deflect the attention of the viewer from the real message and are harder to format. So always go for 2D charts. So I'm going to select this one and this is my chart. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and there you go. Second tip, remove those grid lines. It will make the chart breathe. It will look much nicer. Tip number 3, scaling. Always start your scaling from 0 unless you really want to highlight something, and if you do, just try to write below the chart title something so the viewer knows that the chart scaling is different. I'm going to show you an example and you'll understand what I mean. So for example, here I have some other data which are all between 35 and 40. If I paste them here, if you see here, the scaling starts at 32. The problem is that this point, which is 35, looks much smaller than this point, which is 40. And this is not good. To fix the axis, you can just double click on it. And then, for example, you can do 0 here, enter. And as you can see, most of the points are within the same range. Next tip is about the axis. So first thing, it is good to click on this axis. You can bold so the labels look nicer. And 2, remove this axis and add the data labels in the chart. So I can select my series, for example, and go here and do data labels, my second series, data labels. This way, it is easier for the viewer to see the numbers and they don't have to look here to find them. On top of this, it looks also much neater. If the numbers are too big, so for example, so I have put random numbers between 10,000 and 15,000, what I could do is select my series and then go here. I have a custom angle. So if I do, for example, plus 90, the numbers are like this, and I can do plus 90 for this one. The numbers are like this, and then I go here, I do label options, and then I put them inside base, and then here inside base. And obviously you can color them. So we can color, for example, this in white, and still the numbers are viewable. Obviously it's good to put a comma separator, but this is how you can deal with big numbers. The next tip is don't put any image behind your chart. Only on rare cases you can do this because again the chart needs to breathe. Tip number 6, we need to have a legend. So here I have my legend because I have 2 series. If I have 1 series, I don't need maybe the legend, but if I have 2 series, I need 2. So the legend, I want to put it on top so it's easier for the viewer to see it. Tip number 7, add a chart title when you can. So here I can come and change it, or I can do something even better, which is coming here. I go to this formula bar, I do equal, and I refer to a cell. So now the chart title is referring to a cell. So if I change something here, if I put S, for example, you can see that it automatically updates. So this is best practice for chart title. I could also add a shape. If you see here, we did a shape style. So to show you how to add a shape, first thing, you click on the chart. Don't click outside, click on the chart, do insert, illustration, shape, then you choose your shape. I'm just gonna cover this title here. And then if you see, now when I move the chart, the shape move with it. Why did the shape move with it? Because I clicked on the chart before I insert the shape. Now we can color the shape. So we can give it this color and we can say equal and select this cell. And now it is linked to this cell also. Sometimes we want to snap the chart. So we want to put it in a certain angle or cell. For example, here I want F3. So it's very hard to do it manually. How to fix this? you can press Alt and then you start moving the chart. And as you can see, the chart moves much smoother when I do this. So I can easily snap it to somewhere in my grid line. So for example, if I do this, you can see that my chart is exactly at this place. Again, if I do Alt, I want to move it, it becomes easy to have it on my grid line. To make it nicer, we're just gonna also color this border. So we have this border line, and then we can choose the same color. So we have something that looks neat. And then you have this problem sometimes that this is my data. If I hide it, my data disappears from the chart. So how to fix this? I can click on the chart, right click, I can do select data, and then I can click on hidden and empty cells. I can click on show data in hidden rows and columns, and then I say OK, and now it works. And finally, we need to look at colors. So for example, in colors, I can click here, I can change the color to a blue, and it will make it look nicer. Also, make sure that between charts you have consistent colors. So for example, if you have revenues in one color in one chart, don't make it in another color in another chart, and always try to respect the colors that you have in your organization. And finally, you can dynamically highlight some bars, and for this I'm going to put a link to some of my lessons so you can look how to do this in more details. So this is it. This is how we create nice charts in Excel, and these are some of the best practices that you can follow to get a result like this one.